Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Edward, you can also call me Sap Alien, and I am a top 8 North American NHL Gaming World Championship competitor for the year of 2022, and I am here to help everyone with an instructional video on NHL 22 strategies. Have you ever been sitting in front of your monitor asking yourself, how does my AI work the way it does? Do these strategies even mean anything? Yes, they do. And in this 3-part series, I'm going to explain to everyone how each of these strategies work, what their main intent is, and what plays you're going to use to execute these strategies effectively. This week, we are going to start off with the overload strategy, also known as the triangle offense. First, what we got to do is we got to show everybody how these strategies were originally intended when they were put into the game in NHL 04. So Mark Crawford, take it away.
The overload strategy is used especially with teams that have a lot of skilled forwards. And the premise is that we've got support for the puck carrier, giving him two options: a player in an overload position and a player at the net. The beauty of the overload strategy is if you don't have anything off the rush, our puck carrier now has an option, because our overload player will move to the boards, freeing up the play to the boards, but also possibly freeing up a lane to our defenseman who will move in. Also, what it does, it really engages the defense. They have tough decisions to make on overload, whether or not they come out and challenge that winger. And for the goaltender, these are difficult shots, because goaltenders always have to adjust to depth and angle, and when you're using an overload strategy, that's one of the things that you can take advantage of.
Well, first of all, as we walk through overload, I'll explain my strats here. So a 10 dump, 5 cycle shoot, and a 3 efficiency energy, and a 0 don't block and block meter. These are the strategies that I'll use for all of the different main strategies, like overload, behind the net, crash the net, 10, 5, 3, 0. So as we start here, we'll see Keith Primo with the puck, working things behind the net. You'll see that there is a triangle formation, 2 players on the strong side, 1 player on the far side, and that's one of the main plays you're going to score. That trigger man on the far side will set up for that one-timer beautifully. Again, with the overload offense, the main point is to overload the strong side of the ice. The strong side of the ice being where the puck is. 2 people on one side, 1 trigger man on the right side looking for that one-timer. In this clip, we'll see Austin Matthews carry it through the neutral zone, pass it back to Tony DeAngelo, who will work at the JT Compher, who will immediately start working things down low. And you can already see the triangle starting to work with Matthews low, and it turns behind the net, and the puck gets sent out to Compher, who buries that puck. When the puck was reversed down along the boards, Matthews went back down on that right side to be the man up high. Tkachuk swung it out front to Compher, who was the one-timer man on that side, and he buries it to make it 2-1. Again, with the overload, you have 2 people, 2 forwards on the strong side, as well as a defenseman. So you definitely have options for small passing plays. However, the main play that you will be scoring on is that far side one-timer. As we see here, Matthew Tkachuk will transition to the neutral zone. What you need to be looking out for is that man open? As you can see here, it was a beautiful passing play that ends up with Rantanen scoring a one-timer. Again, when there's 2 men on that strong side, there's a pass to the far side, it forces the defense to open up, and Rantanen immediately cuts the net for that one-timer. It's a perfect overload play looking for that. And another play that you'll find is these cut plays. On overload, the center will cut on that strong side, so you'll be able to catch goalies sliding out of position. You can hit them with the shot on the other way, and you will score 85 to 90% of those attempts that you see. Here on the power play 5-minute major, you'll see that I immediately try and look for that far side one-timer with Matthew Tkachuk. I have 3 lefties on this side, so it led to a bit of an unfortunate situation. However, off this giveaway, you'll see the triangle start to form immediately, and it leads to a 3-way passing play. Again, it's triangle offense, so there should always be a man up high, a man on the far side flank, and a man down low near the crease. As you can see here, that's a perfect example. Tkachuk's right on the mouth of the crease, and it leads to a beautiful open net and a goal. We'll see a transition here. Another one of these cut plays. JT Comfort, the left winger, cuts in, overloads on that side, allowing there to be an outnumbering situation on that right side. Opens up Comfort and he scores, going back the other way. It's all about outnumbering the defenders down low 2-1, and when you have those opportunities, you bury them, and you'll find a lot of opportunities with overload. As we win the faceoff, there's going to be another goal here right off the rush. We'll see Matthews with the puck. Again, go behind the net. Wilson immediately sets up. You can see that triangle start to form. One man high, one man low, another man on the flank. And when Matthews walks out with this puck, it's going to lead to Tkachuk having it, gets sent down low, and immediately back the other way for a one-timer goal. As you'll see is that when that pass gets sent to the other side, it forces the two men on the overload side to shift their weight all the way back over to that side, and Tkachuk buries an easy one-timer as he crashes the net. This goal here is a prime example of why in some situations overload is a better option than behind the net. As you see here, Makar gets caught, and Sedin, overloading to that one side, is available in the slot, who turns and fires that puck into the back of the net. If I had had behind the net on, Sedin would have gone behind the net and it would have taken more time to walk out with that shot. With overload, Sedin is in the slot, available for that short pass, and he's able to spin off the defender and fire the puck, and we take a 5-2 lead. One of the things about rush offense is you won't always see your strategies take effect. But in this case, as we score a beautiful cut goal, it worked beautifully. Duclair did not have an overloading center, but as soon as Primeau took that pass, it activated overload and ran and crashed the net to score a beautiful cutting goal. This goal is a prime example on why overload can be so good for these tight passing plays. We'll see here the puck gets to Matthews and he immediately hits Tkachuk, who slid over to overload on that left side. And on this, we see Wilson back up, the two forwards overload on the right side, Tkachuk to Wilson to Tkachuk, and it's in the back of the net before you even know it. Tkachuk, when he went around the net, allowed Wilson to back up in that high slot, overload that right side, outnumber the man up high, and it basically leads to a mini breakaway and a little bit of a shot, low blocker in the back of the net. And that is a prime slot pass overload goal that isn't that same one-timer that you'll see many, many times. Different plays will lead to a victorious day. On this play, we are on the penalty kill, so overload isn't able to activate as it is only an even strength and power play strategy. But this is a type of overload goal that you can do 5v5. You see the two forwards activate on that left side, get around the defense, and it leads to a short-handed goal for Matthew Tkachuk. The left defense, Matthews and Tkachuk were all on that left side in a little bit of a triangle, and two passes led to a mini 2-on-1 down low, and we're able to get the pass through. Tkachuk's able to bury it in the back of the net after he cuts towards it. What a beautiful goal, and it's a play that you can do 5v5. The good thing about overload is that the man on the far side flank will stay parallel to the passer just on the opposite end of the ice. So as you see here with this goal by Mikko Rantanen, as soon as Anthony Duclair receives that puck on the left side with the overload, the man on the far side immediately slid down to be parallel with him and was able to bury this one-timer into the back of the net. Again, Rantanen was parallel to Duclair on the ice, just on the opposite side, waiting for that one-timer. So whether it's high or low, they will be open to receive a straight pass and one-time it into the back of the net. Let's talk about some pros and cons for the remainder of this video of overload. The first pro, having two forwards on the same side of the ice is absolutely crucial. You know, having the two forwards on the same side allow you to outnumber the defense down low, which opens up a couple easy give-and-go passes that can lead to shots in front of the goaltender. The second pro, having that far side flank available for the one-timer. Overload is the easiest strat to get a far side one-timer going, and when you're working that strong side of the ice enough, eventually the defenders will kind of forget about the guy on the far side one-timer area. It's kind of like what happens with Alex Ovechkin on the power play. They work it around the strong side enough to where it takes one pass, one momentary lapse of judgment by the defense, and the puck's in the back of the net. Cons, when it comes to getting players behind the net, it really seems like the players are reactive and not proactive. Your AI will not naturally be behind the net to support you, which means that the only options you have are in the middle of the ice where all the defenders are, or up the boards, which can lead to players getting poke checked and odd man rushes the other way. So if you feel like you are comfortable enough to work the middle of the ice, Overload may be for you, but if you feel comfortable using behind the net, or perhaps Crash the Net, where working it down low and using the net as a decoy to block off defenders is more comfortable to you, maybe Overload isn't the greatest option. So again, the pros are 2 men down low to outwork the opposition, and that far side one-timer that can be used to just bury goal after goal. And the cons are the AI is not proactive behind the net, and it really takes away some plays and some transitional things side to side that would otherwise be absolutely wonderful to have as options. And there you go, a few tips and tricks that you can use to help execute the Overload strategy more effectively. These are strats that I use whenever I decide to use Overload. Again, it is not one of my favorite strategies, but it's one that I can use to help beat some collapsing defenses. This is only part 1 of a part 3 series. Next week will be Behind the Net. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and tell me what you would like to see on the channel moving forward in terms of tips and tricks. I believe these strategies will remain the same in NHL 23, so you can use these throughout next year as well. And if you really like the video, feel free to subscribe and stay around for more content that I produce, whether it be gameplay or Hut Champs reviews or even player reviews that I leave. There's a lot of content that's going to be coming to the channel throughout NHL 23, and it's going to be content that's curated to what you, the casual, or maybe even a player that's hoping to jump up a division or two, is going to need in order to do so. So again, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Tell a friend, tell whoever, and I hope you guys have a swell day. Bye-bye.